well as challenges. But the truth of the matter is that none of this would have been possible if I myself, at an early age, had not been given the opportunity and support to take up various leadership positions in our country. As a party, under my administration, under my leadership, and courtesy of the Kenyan electorate, we have been a governing party for approximately 10 out of our country's 60-odd years of life since independence. Saw the implementation of a new constitutional order, and we did so within the stipulated timelines. As a party, we can say that we left behind a more connected country than we found it. We doubled the number of tarred roads, increased electricity connections from 35% of our population that we found to over 70%. We began the process of modifying dilapidated colonial infrastructure with the introduction of the SGR, the development of Lamu Port, the revival of Kisumu Port, amongst many others. In health, our Linda Mama, the removal of maternity fees in our health centers, gave and saw great improvement in maternal health and improved child mortality rates. Our management equipment services saw medical equipment such as dialysis machines, scanning machines, laboratories, and other equipment become available to distant corners of our country, with counties like Mandera being able to carry out cesarean sections and other such operations for the first time since independence. In education, we restored the sanctity of our exams. We maintained the free primary education that we inherited from President Kibaki. We expanded the free day secondary education and reduced the burden of healthcare for our parents with the introduction of EduAfia for our students. In security, despite initial challenges, thereby ensuring that our security agencies were better able to handle both domestic and external threats. This machine that we built, however, was not to be used and designed to face its own citizens, and it is not supposed to have been a source of fear and conflict. We worked as a party to bring greater cohesion in our social construct, to reduce ethnic tensions and address both social and regional equalities. This noble effort, unfortunately, it being called an attempt to erode democracy. I wonder what they all theirs today. I can go on and on, but that is for another time. Equally, my friends, it is true to say that we also face challenges, key among them being our war against corruption in government that was less than successful. Our intergovernmental relations also left much to be desired, a case in point being the uneasy relationship with the judiciary over the appointment of judges. To my mind, the framers of our Constitution intended that the different arms of government will be simultaneously independent, but always interdependent. We want to go. Ladies and gentlemen, over the years as a leader, some things have become apparent and clear to me. That you succeed by looking at past successes, injecting new ideas, and improving upon them. And you fail by ignoring past mistakes and therefore falling folly of repeating the same. This, while always having an open mind and a listening ear, even to those you disagree with, and especially to the voices of our younger generations. For in a world that is ever evolving as fast as it is with such insights that become a transformation to occur. A balance of all this is what makes a stable and pragmatic nation, one that is filled with hope and not despair, a nation at peace with itself, and one that is able to transist with ease from one generation to the next. In the last general election, I endeavored to pass this message. Unfortunately, it fell on deaf ears and stories of dynasties and hustlers and so on. Yeah. Today, many of the gains we had in the past have been eroded. Linda Mama and others replaced by new, untried, untested schemes. And while we wait for these experiments to work, Kenyans suffer and our progress is retarded. As we continue to dwell in rhetoric rather than in progress, we repeat. So again, why are we here today? Ladies and gentlemen, the past can inform us, but the present can shape the future. So the first thing, as our Secretary General has told us, our first mission today was to pass amendments to our party's constitution. Amendments to ensure that the machinations of the past shall never be used again. Rejuvenate our party and set in motion a process of injecting new blood into our party structures and hierarchy. Men and women, especially the young, and when I say the young, I am not just saying young in body. We also want young in mind and spirit. Men and women of integrity who can be trusted with our future. Men and women who have the courage to fight for what is right and just. Men and women with the patience to listen to those whom they wish to lead. Men and women with compassion for their fellow citizens. Men and women of wisdom, not pride. Men and women who know as human beings they can make mistakes, but stand ready to correct them. I have watched quietly the ongoings of the recent past and greatly admired the tribeless, steadfast courage of today's generations. A generation that knows what it wants and is determined to achieve it, whatever the cost. It is my hope today that as some of us give way, that those same young ones, with the same energy, conviction, and patriotism that we saw in the streets, you will be able to use them to transform the structures of our party, and ultimately you yourselves enter the corridors of power and high office and take charge of your own destiny. You know what you want. It is not for me to tell you. You know what you want. You have the energy. To get it. And time is on your side. Musibaki nyuma. In the next few weeks, we shall be rolling out our recruitment strategy across the country. Across